The clock on the wall read 2:13 a.m. when Marcus adjusted the microphone. The static-filled hum of the late-night radio station filled the booth, a familiar comfort. He had been hosting Midnight Murmurs for nearly a decade, a call-in show where insomniacs, truckers, and lonely souls shared their strangest stories. But tonight, something felt wrong. The building was silent, too silent. Even the old air conditioner was entrattling. His producer Donna had left hours earlier, muttering something about the storm moving in. Marcus leaned forward, pressing the red on-air button. "Good evening, night owls," he said, his voice smooth but shaky. "It's Marcus here, keeping you company through the storm. Lines are open. Call in if you've got a story to share." He paused. Usually, within minutes, the phone lines lit up. Tonight, the board stayed dark. A flicker in the glass window caught his attention. The studio was walled with one-way glass, reflecting his own dimly lit booth. For a moment, he thought he saw another figure standing behind him in the reflection. He spun around. Nothing, just the empty guest chair. The first call came through at 2:27 a.m. "Midnight Murmurs, you're on the air." A voice whispered, ragged and hoarse. "Do you see me?" Marcus froze. "Excuse me, who is this?" The caller laughed, a dry, broken sound, like leaves crushed underfoot. "You saw me, in the glass." The line went dead. Marcus ripped off his headphones and scanned the booth, still empty. He forced out a nervous chuckle, leaning back into the mic. "Looks like someone's trying to spook us tonight. Call in again if you've got a real story." But his voice trembled. The storm outside slammed against the building, wind howling like a chorus of screams. At 2:41, another call came through. This time, the voice was different, higher, strained, but unmistakably the same presence. "Why did you leave me there?" Marcus frowned. "I don't know what you're talking about. You promised you wouldn't turn off the light." He muted the mic, panic rising in his chest. His mind raced back, unearthing something buried, years ago, before the show, before the station. That night, a car accident, a fire on Route 9, a girl, trapped inside, pounding on the glass. He'd been the first one there. He'd told her he would get help, but the flames had spread too fast. He'd run. He hadn't looked back. He never told anyone. His hands shook as the phone rang again. Against every instinct, he answered. The voice was quieter now, almost childlike. "Marcus, you left me in the dark." His vision blurred. The reflection in the glass booth window moved, not mirroring him, but waving slowly. He dropped the headset. The phone continued ringing, though he hadn't pressed accept. Ringing, 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 until it stopped. Silent. The broadcast light flickered and died. For a moment, Marcus thought the power had cut, but then he realized the booth was darker than it should have been. Too dark. As if the storm outside had swallowed the building whole. And then, in the glass, the reflection smiled. It was his smile. The last words he ever heard filled the booth. Though the phones were dead, the power was out, and he was utterly alone. "You are on the air. With me now." The next morning, Donna arrived at the station to find the booth empty. The microphone was still on, broadcasting faint static. No trace of Marcus was ever found. But if you tune in to 98.6 FM at exactly 2:13 a.m. on stormy nights, some say you can still hear him. A trembling voice, begging for someone, anyone, to answer the call.